Hey everyone, welcome to the video. I'm going to go over tonight's MLB main slate for DraftKings. I know there's an early slate, but I'm just going to go over the late slate for you guys tonight because I like that slate better. Anyway, before we continue, if you could leave a like, subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate that. You can also follow me on Twitter at cpen_16. And if you want to shoot me a DM and ask for the this model, I can send you the link for it. So you'll get the cheat sheet, the pitcher model, the pitching model, and the hitters model. And it's got a bunch of good stuff on there for you. Helps you break down the slate, look at all the numbers. So as you can see, Jacob deGrom, pretty easy play today. Got elite numbers all around and only has a opposing run total of 1.64. So everything's looking very good for Jacob deGrom today. Helps you break down the slate and should make your life a little bit easier. And anyway, the NASCAR race is tonight, so make sure you check out the NASCAR video. I went over my favorite picks for that and some of the strategy for the racetrack. And if you're playing MMA tonight, or if you want to try MMA for the first time, we had a guy come on and break down the UFC fights for us, and he went over his model and his cheat sheet for you. So it should be very informative. Anyway, let's get into the slate. So SP1 today for me is going to be Jacob deGrom, 11,000, and really it's not even close. He's easily the number one today. Elite numbers all around versus the weakest lineup in the MLB. So just sign me up. Wheeler had 11 strikeouts last night. I know he gave up a lot of hits, but he got a little lucky there and really just struggled a bunch of guys out, so that worked out really well for him. He's a massive negative 300 favorite today, and I've never seen this before. The opposing run total against him is 1.64. I've never seen it below 2. So, I mean, Vegas isn't there's going to be a lot of runs. I don't think there's going to be a lot of runs, and I think deGrom's going to have an awesome day today. So, really like Jacob deGrom. Then Garrett Cole, 10,700. He's got a 35% K rate, which leads the slate, but he has an insane 39% K rate to lefties, which he should see a lot of against Texas. And really, their best hitters are lefties. So I think it's a really nice matchup for him. I just love the upside here at home. Oops. Yeah, I love the upside here at home. And the pitchers that the Rangers are going to roll out are really bad, so I can easily see him getting the win. I think they're going to have Chavez open, and then they're going to bring in Drew Smyly. So I really think the Astros are going to put up some runs, and that should give Cole a nice boost to his floor and get the W. And then if we need a cheap pitcher, I don't think you'd be able to pay up for both these guys, so I don't mind dropping down to Pineda. It's gross, but I love righties versus Detroit, and his Sierra suggests he's pitching better than that lofty ERA he has. I think his Sierra is around 4, and his ERA is around 6, so he's being a little unlucky there. And yeah, so he's going to allow us to afford some bats, and I think Minnesota is going to be in line for the win against Detroit. I do think the Minnesota offense is pretty decent today, so I don't mind using them. Using him, I should say. And then at catcher, we have Stephen Vogt at 3,600. This Sclafani's been good, but you can still attack him with lefties where he has extreme splits, allowing a 279 ISO. So I don't mind the lefties from San Francisco. Then Brian McCann, 4,000. 179 ISO versus righties, and Kelly's just not that good of a pitcher. And then Robinson Chirinos, 3,800. Houston gets a matchup versus Drew Smyly, and that's only bad news for Smyly. Then at first base, we have Mark Reynolds, 4,300. Lucchesi, I think I'm saying it right. I think I said Lucchesi before, but I think it's Lucchesi. He struggles with righties, and Reynolds hit lefties, and we're in Coors Field, so I don't mind the Rockies tonight. And then Joey Votto, 3,500. He's cheap and leading off versus a bad righty, so it's just really just a price play. I know he doesn't have a lot of power or anything. And then Freddie Freeman, 4,900. He's probably the best play from like a raw point standpoint. He's one of the elite hitters in the league, and he's got the lefty on righty matchup versus Kelly. And I do like the Braves a lot tonight, so. Like Freeman, and second base is a good place to spend down tonight. Robinson Cano, 3,500. He's leading the way for me. Always love him around this price, and he's going to be going against a righty. So let's go back to the well here. We did that a lot earlier in the season. Then Joe Panning, 3,300. It's a bad park, and he doesn't have a lot of power, but I do like the lefties here, and they are cheap. And Ian Kinsler, 3,600. He's cheap and leading off in Coors. I do like John Gray, but not in Coors, and he's not a lockdown pitcher or anything. He can struggle. And they'll get to the bullpen eventually, so I don't mind Ian Kinsler. And then third base, Nolan Arenado, 5,800. Again, he just keeps facing lefties in Course, so we're just going to keep playing him. 380 ISO versus them, and he's been on fire. So probably the number one play in the slate. I don't know, I'd say number one, but he's definitely up there for sure. And then Alex Bregman, 4,900. It's a really nice discount off of Arenado, and when Smyly comes in, he has elite numbers versus lefties all around, and even when he faces Chavez, he's got elite numbers versus righties. And the Texas bullpen is bad, so definitely like Alex Bregman, especially those savings you're going to get on him. Then Jameer Candelario, 3,200. I know I have interest in Pineda, but this is really cheap for a guy like Candelario. He's usually around 3,500, even a little bit more, so I don't mind at 3,200, and he's going to be leading off, so I don't mind that at all. And then Trevor Story, just to see why we like Arenado. They're basically almost the same guys, so Arenado's a little bit better. But Trevor Story's got some stolen base upside as well. And Carlos Correa, 4,600, just like all the Astros tonight. I don't need to explain that. He should be batting cleanup, I think. Then Brandon Crawford, 2,900. One of my core plays today, just based off the price. So if you're not stacking in cash games, I'd go down to, well, obviously you shouldn't stack in cash games. So in cash games, I like going to Brandon Crawford because he's going to allow you to spend up elsewhere. And 2,900 is just really cheap, and it's a lefty versus Desclafani. And then the high-priced outfield, I like George Springer as my number one. He's 5,700. So he's getting pretty expensive, but he's been awesome this year, and you can't leave him off your Astros stacks. Then Michael Brantley, 5,200. I know he's going to be on the lefty-on-lefty matchup versus Smiley when he comes in, but Smiley's been bad versus lefties too, even though it's not the biggest sample size. And Michael Brantley is one of the elite, in my opinion, one of the elite hitters in the game. He doesn't strike out. He always puts the ball in play. He's had some power this year. And he's going to get a shot at the righty Chavez first inning as well. So. And then Eddie Rosario, 4,900. Rosario can hit righties well, and Turnbull will allow some hard contact to lefties, and I think the Twins could be a sneaky-ish snack. I always say sneaky stack tonight. And then the mid-range outfield, Ronald Acuna, 4,500. Probably one of the best plays tonight. Kelly has reverse splits thus far, allowing a 267 ISO to righties. He's projected to bat leadoff, and he's got a ton of power, so I really like Acuna. Then Bryce Harper, 4,600. He gets the lefty on righty matchup versus Keller, and I will side with Bryce here, even though Keller's been somewhat okay. Then Ian Desmond, 4,300. He's going to be facing a lefty in course, so always like Desmond facing a lefty in course. Then in the value outfield, I don't mind Brandon Belt at 3,800. He's cheap and betting cleanup versus Desclafani. He's another lefty versus him. And then Marvin Gonzalez, 3,300. It's nothing special, but he's really cheap, and he bats around 6, which is decent enough at this price, and he's got some pop in his bat. And I forgot to do the stacks. I'll fill it in a minute. So core plays right now are going to be Jacob deGrom, Robinson Cano, and Brandon Crawford. And I didn't see any impactful weather. And for the top stacks, I'm going to have to go with the Astros, the Rockies, and the Braves. So make sure I didn't forget anyone. Yeah. So, I guess the Giants lefties would be like a nice cheap stack to go with. So, alright guys, that's all I have for the video. Sorry for the stacks, but it's all filled in now. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. You can follow me on Twitter at cpen_16. If you want the cheat sheet, hit me up on Twitter and I'll send it to you on there. It's just easier that way. And anyway, yeah. So remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I wish you guys all the best of luck today. If you're going to be playing NASCAR, check out the NASCAR video, and if you're playing UFC, check out the UFC video. And good luck.